Life in Lennep. Way back in 1877, Norwegian immigrant Martin T. Grande started a sheep ranch on Combe Creek. Mr. Grande and William Smith brought the first sheep into the Musselshell River Valley from Boise, Idaho. Mr. Grande made many pit stops and partook in several adventures before making his way to the Big Sky Country. Martin and his brother, Anton, left Norway with a so-called case of American fever. It would take 6 weeks for their small sailboat to reach Montreal. From there, the two men were hired to pump their way to Quebec on a boat that was victim to several large leaks. Next, they headed to Minnesota, where they worked as harvester hands for 75 cents a day. Martin would move on to Wyoming, where he worked in the coal mines for 3 years. Following that stint, he ventured on to Montana. Mr. Grande teamed up with Pete Jackson in Sun River Country, and the duo made quite the hunting team. One spring they sold 400 elk skins at $4 each. Martin would next find himself working for William and John Smith at their ranch on Willow Creek near White Sulphur Springs. They had located placer gold in Thompson Gulch, but it didn't take long for the mines to play out. Nevertheless, the men would grow the ranch into one of the most thriving properties in the West, located on land west of Martinsdale. When Bill Smith and Martin T. Grande brought those first sheep into the valley, they did so by way of Bannock in just a week after a Nez Perce uprising. Mr. Smith and Mr. Grande divided the sheep, and Mr. Grande and his brother Anton settled on a ranch along Combe Creek. A small settlement known as Combe developed as other Norwegian immigrants arrived. Many worked for Martin, and it is said that the only English they spoke was to say "Mt. Grande." Locals have shared an amusing tidbit revealing that when the different groups of Norwegians gathered here, they chatted with each other, and one commented that, "I don't think English is hard to learn, I'm understanding already," thinking that he was learning English when it was actually just a different dialect of his own native tongue. The town of Combe would move to become what we now know as Lennep, Montana. Lennep was a station along the Milwaukee Railroad and is said to be named after a railroad auditor's hometown of Lennep, Germany. The post office opened in 1903 and wouldn't close until 1962. In 1914, the Mercantile opened, and the post office was relocated there from a log home across the street. The Mercantile carried a small supply of dry goods, and the large hall upstairs was used for dances and other community events. When the passenger train stopped passing through Lennep in the 1960s, the store and post office soon closed their doors. The school would serve local children clear up until 2010. Just 7 miles up the road, Castletown would see its boom in 1886 when silver and lead were discovered in the area. At its peak, the town would house over 2,000 residents and support numerous businesses. The town struggled with the transportation cost of moving ore. They desperately needed the railroad to reach their camp, and Richard Harlow was taking on the task until the silver market crash of 1893 urged him to continue the line down the river. It would be the Norwegian population that remained after Castle's demise. They decided they needed to form a Lutheran church in the vicinity. They first met in people's homes or schools until the gorgeous Trinity Church of Lennep was constructed in 1914 at a cost of $4,300. The church still holds services twice monthly. Lennep seemed to be a tight-knit community that took care of their own. Tales of many festive occasions dotted the pages of the Harlowton News. March 18, 1910, one day last week, a set of chairs and an elegant center table arrived at Lennep. On Saturday evening at 7:30, a large number of young people gathered there, and in a few minutes they and the furniture were speeding toward the home of Mr. and Mrs. Hans G. Lane. After the astonished host and hostess had been brought out of dreamland, A.C. Grande made a speech in explanation of their unexpected visit. Supper was then served by the young ladies of the party, and later games and various forms of amusement kept the party busy for the rest of the night. It was not until the rays of morning broke upon the party that they departed for their homes. The object of the gathering was to show the young people, just at the end of their honeymoon, that they had many friends who were glad to see them remain with us. April 15, 1910, last Sunday, another surprise party was given. This time the long line of carriages and equestrians sped along the road leading to the home of J.O. Berg. Having arrived there, the guests took possession of the house, and in a short while a grand repast was served by the Ladies' Aid Society, and the object of the surprise was to show in a measure of their thanks to their former president, Mrs. J.O. Berg, for the active part she had taken in the work of the society, and also to Mr. Berg, for the great aid he has been in the past in securing high prices for the goods which the society from time to time has disposed of at auction. The astonished host and hostess were presented with a handsome set of cut glass bowls. May 13, 1910, on Sunday the 1st of May, our community again assembled for a surprise party. This time Albert Hagen and family were the favored ones, it being the wish of the community to show them that they appreciated their long stay with them and the work that they have partaken in. So immediately after church services a large number of carriages drew up before the house of Mr. Hagen, only to be as much surprised themselves. For Mr. Hagen was not at home but was distant about 15 miles at his new home. A speedy messenger was at once dispatched to find him, and in the meantime a dinner was served by the unbidden guests. Toasts were responded to by J.O. Berg, Reverend A. Rees, A.C. Grande, and S.G. Hoyam, who dwelt on the appreciation the community wished to express. A beautiful set of furniture was presented to them. It consisted of 6 chairs, rocking chairs, a beautiful center table, and a large chiffonier. But Mr. Hagen failed to arrive, and the audience had to be contented with paying their respects to the family and thanking them for the service they had been to the community. But the audience was intent upon finding Mr. Hagen at home, and so decided to attempt again, which they did on Wednesday evening. And so, another pleasant time was enjoyed with them on that evening. Our community is very sorry to see this family leave, as they have for nearly 20 years been one of the leading and staunch families of the community. Mr. Hagen has served us as postmaster during the last 9 years, and has also filled other positions, among them Justice of the Peace and Notary Public. On account of his many attainments, Mr. Hagen has been one of the leading spirits in all our undertakings, and has served as instructor for our choirs, as well as director of our once flourishing brass band. In short, he has been one of the men that has made our community more pleasant to live in, and is one of the men we least can afford to part with. It is the wish of the community that the Hagen family make the distance between their new and old homes as short as possible by means of many visits to our community. Now, Lennep remains as a ghost of the days when it bustled with all those happy people. The mercantile and schoolhouse still stand in addition to that beautiful church shining proudly. Martin T. Grande, known locally as the King of Little Norway, passed away in 1930, but the memories of Lennep still remain, and a few new memories are still being made today.